Do you have a list?
They're the only ones.
They're the only one extension office.
The extension office? Okay, y'all wanna come on up and? Teach you case. As long as that microphone will pick you both up when you're speaking, that's all we ask.
No problem.
Gotta speak kind of loud.
Oh, I should have a problem with that. How are y'all doing today?
Good, good, thank you.
First, I'd like to say thank y'all from the Extension Office and the 4-H for always supporting us. It's been kind of a trying time with getting those kids involved from their regular activities where we're out doing stuff. So we've kind of switched to more of a virtual at this time, and we're rolling slowly back in with working with kids and bringing them back in. And matter of fact, the other day we had kids inside the office to do a virtual livestock judging contest. So that was something unusual, but something that we had to do, and we did it, and we ended up being reserve state champions. So
Hey,
we're
congratulations.
heading to Denver in January, and then, September, we had an invite to go to Nebraska and judge, and then Denver in January. So we're excited about that. Kind of what we're coming today is to ask on the proposal of increasing salary to even out on the 4-H side of things. Right now, the 4-H payment, which is mine, is at $27,000, and the ag agent and the family consumer health agent is at $31,000 for.
We get a piece of paper from him, by the way, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's under extension on that first section.
I'm sorry, you go through what?
On that first section, it's under the extension.
Okay, I just figured it
Send
was.
that at the end. Send that.
In front of the ad war. No, it's in the
When
Maryland.
Nick's position was formed across the state over 15 years ago, the third agent in Everett County, if I had one, came in at a different rate than the first. All we're after is equalization. Nothing else in
There
there.
it is.
No other line item on our budget would act.
That's a fair request.
At this stage, we don't anticipate needing to ask for any computer assistance on anything out of our office this year.
Say that again.
At this stage, through our office, we don't anticipate having to come ask for any computer equipment assistance this year.
So y'all are able to do your, or you're doing your online stuff with what you already had, I mean.
Yes,
Yes.
we did that, and on some of that, we reached out to Extension, and they provided us some laptops that we use specifically for the kids that come in. That way they're on their own and not on our laptops that we have at the office.
I'll show you. You're gonna show me, I'll show you.
So your current salary is 27, and you're asking to have it raised to,
To equalization for, compared to the other.
I don't know what the others made. Guys, what do they make?
Yeah, so it's
It's,
not really broken out
should
here.
be 4,000. Yeah, 4,402.
It's not really broken out here, so just saying.
So 44 piece.
No,
No.
just a one-time,
Just one.
one person, 4,400.
440282 is what you need,
That would
Yes,
bring
sir.
him up to equal us,
equal the others. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what the others made, so.
31,402.82, and on that 27.
I bet we can find 44 now.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. So. That's all.
Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
No?
Just thank y'all again, and we really do appreciate it. And hopefully we can get back to normalcy pretty soon.
we're open 5 days a week.
I understand.
5 days a week. Thought y'all were open 7 days a week.
My cell phone's open.
I didn't say y'all work 7, you work 7 days a week.
Yeah, don't let him work.
Don't for a second think that what you do goes unnoticed. It doesn't.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Scott,
Good to see y'all. Jennifer, what else would we like to discuss?
I did send in the indigent medical and the indigent defense, information to the appraisal office so that they can rerun these worksheets using that data. I haven't heard back from them yet. Of course, I emailed it last night, and so they can just get to it. Gary pointed out there may or may not be a mistake on this. I gotta figure out what it is. Because, the road and flood numbers look a little squirrely, so just know that that may change a little bit. The minimus rate, again, is the highest. If we get that, or go beyond that, it's an automatic election. If we go between de minimis and voter approval rate, there could be a petition for a vote. If we do just at the rollback or voter approval rate, then there's no automatic vote. So, right now I've got the proposed at the rollback, just because that gives us safety of absolutely no voting in the board. And again, I've got to double check the road and flood portion of that.
And how much in the hole are we at in the proposed rate?
We have not figured that because we don't have everybody, like we just now got the emergency managers.
Well,
If we figured everybody at what last year's, numbers,
Then we should,
without any increases of anything.
We'll have that for you Wednesday.
did they have the new property?
I did manage to figure for you that we would, after the proposed, we would raise a whopping $7,000 estimate.
I'm sorry.
Raise what?
At the proposed, which is the rollback rate, our estimated income would be about $557,000 over last year.
If you were last year. And that's not counting new,
New property.
new property's not in here anywhere yet. We haven't seen it.
But that's just ad valorem. It could mean that we go down in other
In other
areas.
areas, so, yeah.
So we're not necessarily looking at that increase. We could be-
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna wonder about the collection rate this coming year.
Right.
Do you think the collection rate, what are they thinking?
He was estimating, and I can't find where I saw this, but his estimate was like 102%. I am not doing that.
What?
No, I'm not doing that. So we kept it at the 98% that we've been doing
I was
collection.
wondering if you thought if you feel safe even at
Well,
98.
I don't see how they can
Well, there's,
estimate 100% with 40 tax cases on the book to sell for.
Well, I'm thinking that's
Lien sale.
must take
yeah, but
into
if you
account,
look at those 40,
cases
but if you
that-
look at those 40 tax cases, they're.
I know, but they're still,
Little bitty properties.
I understand that, but
I think
if you're
his-
estimating 100%,
But they're,
if you're selling some, then you can't have 100%.
yeah, well,
But
I
they're-
think it's
but they're
probably
estimating- statewide, they're saying collections are gonna be high. And I don't really know what the purpose of.
Really,
I
I
mean,
figured they'd be in the toilet after
Why?
COVID.
Well, that's what I've been really concerned with, we're worried about collection.
Yeah, if you read like Austin's issuing reports and they're saying collection rates are not going down. I don't know, I would have thought the same thing.
Hager, Glenn Hager, he came out
Yeah, but that's
and
a-
told the legislature they were gonna be behind
Yeah, but that's, no,
$4
that's,
billion.
that's because of tax revenue, that's because of oil revenue, that's not collections on property taxes.
No, they don't, not property taxes,
Right.
oil revenue and sales taxes.
Right.
2020 anticipated collection rate, 101%. And I said, yeah, right.
That kind of
We
collection
left
rate
it up to
might
98%.
He's
So,
better- he's
long
better
story short, I
collect
gotta-
debt than
I gotta
you
do
are.
more.
be- I heard don't have much.
Okay, so really, we don't want to do anything further until we have those numbers.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll put in all the department requests. Do you wanna do what we normally do, put them in as requested, or do you want us to start with same as last year?
Well, I think we need both numbers, as requested, and then what last year was.
Okay,
Last year,
Because
last year
I
required, there's gonna be some required numbers, you're right. Okay, go ahead. I thought you were talking.
I foresee, us having to cut budgeted. If we put in everything that was requested, we're gonna have to cut stuff somewhere. And just like you said,
Take out
you said
tax
just a minute ago, we can find $4,400 anywhere. This year, it's gonna be very tough to do that. I mean, I'd love to give those raises. And what I'm seeing or perceiving is that raises for the whole county employees are gonna be pretty slim, if any.
I agree with that.
Where are these dramatic increases?
Yeah,
I mean, no, I'm saying, where are they? Because I haven't seen any dramatic increases.
there's
in
been a lot of,
Well, 2.7 million for the sheriff and those allocated
Wait,
fire departments,
But-
which the precincts
yeah.
all need more money.
That can't be funded out of
the
it.
increases are mainly salary increases, Shane.
Well, the
Most of
911,
Huh?
the 911 that we're gonna have to take over, that's not in the 2 point something million, that's just, plus, we collected like $250,000 from the city of Brownwood for the law enforcement center for those payments that were going in general. That's not gonna be the case anymore, because it just paid off this year, so we're gonna lose $250,000 plus whatever the 911 is.
well, but you lose 250,000, but you also don't have the payments,
That's true.
which is
Well,
more
yeah.
than 250,000.
Yeah, but that's
Different.
But that's a different fund, because that was being paid out of debt service, and we were bringing that money in revenue into general fund.
Well, I think Commissioner Worley is correct. I think the best thing we can do is just simply get all the numbers from those cases. See what's requested and then as opposed to what we had last year and
I'm not backing off on that.
I know you're not.
And what I was gonna say when Gary was talking, and I talked over, and I'll probably get once again, I apologize, was that what we had last year, plus I know there's some stuff that you can't control, there's gonna be some things that went up. Like, we know that insurance has gone up or something,
We're gonna have to.
blah, blah, blah. But anything new request on separate columns, request like we're talking about.
Well, the norm is we take whatever spent for the 9 or 10 months, divide that by whatever it is, and then multiply that by 12, and we get that for the next year. If it's down, it's down, if it's up, it's up.
We analyze actual budget that for the next year on those items like.
I predict it'll be pretty close. Is what's requested as to what we can actually afford, but I don't know that we want to go that high to begin with. I'd like to have a cushion. But
Right.
that's just me. But there are some things like we're talking about Code Red. That's the emergency notification system. They're going out $5,500. So if we want to keep the emergency notification system, we're gonna have to come up with that money. So anyway, I think Commissioner Worley was exactly right, and I'd love to see both. What we had this past year and then what is requested for next year, where I compare them side by side.
At the end of last year, when it's all said and done, there were one or two entities that ended up with some money I didn't ever realize they got.
Well, we're fixing that.
I was just gonna say, I just don't hope we don't end up doing that again.
No,
because
because
I said,
y'all
I
will be
don't remember doing
signing
that.
off on all of that. Like, each one of you will sign off before we actually put that into the budget. But that is what, who you want to have what money. Whether you want to sign or not, Shaw, I'm gonna put your hand there and make you mark your X.
Is it, so can we do the side by side comparisons last year to what's requested this year?
Yeah, we'll.
I said that, but nobody motioned or nodded or anything, so I want to make
Yeah,
sure.
we'll just- yeah, I mean,
Do that.
we'll have separate reports.
Do we have anything else to discuss today?
I don't know, knowing this makes me feel better, that that's an option, but I hope we don't have to do that.
Well, if it helps.
I don't know how much money, how much debt we're spending per year on, how much money is going out for debt? On that jail, though,
That one, 750,
it was $750,000.
that's,
So that's $750,000 off of last year's budget.
But off of the debt budget.
Right. But that's still, that's where it took us off here, but it's
Well-
not feel as bad as it was.
Also, the governor's office, all the meetings that I dial in on, they're talking about they're not seeing any major disruption from COVID as far as revenues collected, which surprised me. But people are still paying the taxes. So, that's great. I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah,
but-
they're paying it in August for last year's taxes.
Right.
So, yeah, they haven't paid this year's.
It hasn't
so,
hit yet, but
Yeah, it's
They're-
gonna be
they're
a
expected-
delayed reaction.
I haven't got my tax bill yet.
That was our employer, you got
2021.
that extra $600 a week. The federal government's
So
giving
that's
it,
how they know
they're
that.
filling out looking for a job. I wouldn't either.
I have a problem with that too. So. All right, do we need to discuss anything else today? Anyway,
Go side by side.
no one? Just want to make sure I don't oversee anybody. My vision's not that great these days, so I don't have spots on my eyes, so, but I want to make sure I can see everybody. Okay, then I'll, with that, I'll declare us adjourned. Thank you, Jennifer.